Hello, my name is Mike Baker, and as a tropical fish hobbyist, I believe it's important to share information where possible in order to educate one another collectively. In this video, I'm going to address the raising, collecting, and feeding of the vinegar eel and dispel any misinformation that seems to run rampant in our hobby that they're difficult or otherwise impossible to collect, let alone feed to your fish. As you can see here, I've got absolutely billions of little vinegar eels squirming all over the place inside this 1 gallon pickle jar. All you need to have is a 1 gallon jar. You could also get these pickle jars from your local bar, fish club, or if you can't find one, just get a 2-liter bottle of Coke and cut off the neck top of it, and that'll work absolutely fine. I like to use a funnel and cut off the bottom of it where I could set it inside of a cup and use that to be able to drain when I'm straining the worms and rinsing off all the vinegar off of them before feeding the fish. A coffee filter is required in order to separate the vinegar eels from the vinegar when doing so. Now, vinegar eels will collect all at the top. They're definitely top swimmers. They're going to collect very thick at the top, and it's not going to take more than 1 or 2 pipets full to feed an entire aquarium. And that 2 pipets will contain absolutely thousands and thousands of vinegar eels. Now, in order to grow them, let's discuss how you need to get started, and it's real simple. All you need is the 1 gallon jar. Second, you chop up an aged red apple and cut it up into small cubes so that the microbial culture will get started as it ages. Third, you're going to mix off the top layer with RODI water or unchlorinated drinking water. So basically, you're going to go 1/3 of the jar is going to be apple cider. Make sure not to use distilled vinegar. 1/3 of it is going to be water. Make sure it's not chlorinated. And then you're going to put in some chopped up apples, preferably aged or soft apples. Now, you want to leave about a 4-inch gap all the way to the top because the worms are going to crawl up maybe to a maximum of 1 inch high along the sides of the wall there as they grow into the billions. Otherwise, that's it. Just walk away, and you could actually just wait for these things to grow. My cultures probably took about 2 months to really get heavy. But once they're growing, I've had all my cultures for several years now, and I've had a nonstop, endless supply of live fish foods that my fish just go absolutely goofy for. Now, once you've collected your 2 pipets of nematodes and you put them inside the coffee filter, like you see I'm doing here, you want to rinse it off with some drinking water. That'll help rinse off all the excess vinegar and acid that would otherwise be on top of them. And keep in mind that the vinegar eels are so small that many of them are actually going to fall through that coffee filter. So I always reuse that excess and throw it back into the gallon jar when I'm finished rinsing. And I'm still going to end up with absolutely hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these guys ready to feed my fish. So let's go ahead and pour the water back into the jar here. Kind of hard doing this all with one hand. And after I pour that back in, we're ready basically to go over and feed. So let's go over and feed the aquarium. Keep in mind also, just as a quick tip, that once a month you're going to want to top off your vinegar eels with a cube of sugar, of raw sugar, and a small chunk of apple. That'll keep your culture fed, and that's all it takes. And just once a month feeding that's max. You saw how many apples were in my jar, and as long as you see them in there, that means they got food. Okay, so here we have, you can actually see it looks like a bunch of film that would normally be collecting on the top of water. That's actually billions of worms all collected together. And I'm going to go ahead and just shake them off in the aquarium. And the fish are just going to be despite having something this large going in the aquarium where they would normally scatter, they're going to go crazy and want to even attack the paper. There we go. And watch, go ahead and take a good look, and you're going to see them. They are very, very small, but you're going to see them come off in a cloud off the paper. I'm going to do my best because I'm just using my smartphone to got some catfish jumping up in there now, trying to grab them from me. As soon as I pull this out of here, they're going to go ahead and try to do a little bit of a close up with my smartphone, and despite their size, I could still see them pretty easily. And looking at the colors of my fish, you're going to be able to see just how beneficial feeding live foods to your fish are. I think most tropical fish really have to get away of feeding nothing but dry foods to their fish. I personally collect several different kinds of cultures of white worms and vinegar eels and daphnia, brine shrimp, micro worms. I've just got grindles, everything. And I love giving my fish a wide variety, and it's not that I don't stop feeding flakes on occasion, but I definitely give them what's natural to them. And you can definitely see in the coloration what a difference it really makes. Take a good close look, and you'll see the eels actually swimming around all over the place throughout the aquarium. I mean, it looks like smoke inside the aquarium, but it's just those are literally thousands and thousands of eels. The fish are going to jump all over the place. They're going to be, and you can see all different sizes. I mean, these aren't fry. Some people actually think that vinegar eels are exclusive just for baby fry, and you can see I'm feeding them to all my adult fish, and my adult fish absolutely love them. I should have put a video in here of my discus feeding on them. My discus love eating them as well. I'm going to go ahead and attach a synopsis of what I was just explaining, how to go ahead and breed them, what you're going to need to be able to do that, all in the attachment here on YouTube. And you guys, if you have any questions, feel free just to go ahead and write a message here. I fairly frequently go on YouTube and check my messages and so forth, and I'll be happy to help out. If there's anything that you need, starter cultures or anything that you can't seem to find, just let me know. I definitely sell them over here, and I do ship, so that's not a problem. But I'm not trying to use this as a sales promotion as much as I'm trying to make this an educational video for everybody. So hopefully you've learned something from it, and you can see how easy it is to feed vinegar eels to your fish, that it's not a mess, and it's not a hassle, and it's not hard to do. I'm doing it with one hand here and trying to hold a camera and narrate at the same time, so I'm sure you guys could do it all just fine. You have a great day, and enjoy your fish keeping hobby. Take care, guys.